Shiv Sena MLA from Eknath Shinde's faction, Sanjay Gaikwad, has landed in controversy. He physically assaulted a canteen worker at the MLA residence for serving substandard food. But don't be surprised by this shocking show of high-handedness, as in the past few days, we have seen how another Sena's netas have thrashed and assaulted people. NDTV Campaign, India Against VIP Thugs, has forced Maharashtra top guns to take action and condemn such high-on-power netas. What all transpired? Take a look at this report.
Another VIP thug caught doing what they do and think can get away. A ruling party MLA, Sanjay Gaikwad, caught on camera slapping, punching and kicking a server at the Amdar Nivas, all allegedly over being served stale dal. This is not an isolated incident, but another in the long list of shameful behavior by political leaders of all colors and hue. There was the MNS worker beating shopkeeper in Thane, UBT MP slapping a shopkeeper, MNS leader's son drunk and naked abusing a woman, and the MNS workers breaking a toll plaza. Now, this MLA, in arrogance of power, beating a worker at canteen. And just like other VIP thugs, he brags and remains remorseless.
मैं विधायक भी हूँ और मैं योद्धा भी हूँ। जब सब भाषा में समझाने के बाद में कोई समझता नहीं है तो बाला साहब ठाकरे जी ने हमको भाषा सिखाई भी है, जिसका इस्तेमाल मैंने किया है। मुझे कोई मलाल नहीं है, मुझे कोई ये विषय में ऐसा महसूस नहीं होता है कि मैंने कोई गलत किया है।
Leaders from the opposition have strongly condemned this incident, urging the government to act against its own MLA.
इसके ऊपर एक्शन होना चाहिए। ऐसे गरीबों को मारने का अधिकार नहीं है किसी को। सरकार ने एक्शन लेना चाहिए। कानून हाथ में किसी को लेने का अधिकार नहीं है। कानून सबके लिए समान होता है।
एथिक्स नाम की कोई चीज़ होती है। एमएलए ने कैसा रहना चाहिए, कैसा बिहेव करना चाहिए। आज जिस तरह से दादागिरी चल रही है, जिस तरह से मार रहे, इस तरह की दादागिरी ये मुख्यमंत्री सहेंगे क्या? अब देखना है मुख्यमंत्री क्या कार्रवाई करते हैं।
Surprisingly, some in the ruling alliance seemed more concerned about the quality of the food than the violence in itself.
जानकारी हुई, आमदार निवास में बहुत ही घटिया दर्जे का खाना दिया गया। बार-बार विधायक जी ने उस कैंटीन के ओनर को, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को बार-बार बताया। उसके बाद भी शायद उसने अपने रवैये को सुधारा नहीं। तो शायद कभी-कभी उसकी वजह से विधायक जी ने जो गुस्सा है, वो गुस्सा ऐसे तरीके से उसने व्यक्त किया होगा, ऐसा मुझे लगता, मुझे पूरी जानकारी नहीं है।
Sustained NDTV campaign has once again forced the top leaders in the government to react.
यातनं सगळ्या आमदारांबद्दल लोकांमध्ये भावना चुकीची जाते। आपण कुठेतरी सत्तेचा गैरवापर करतो किंवा आपण सगळे आमदार म्हणून आपलं कंडक्ट योग्य नाही, अशा प्रकारचं लोकांमध्ये या संदर्भातली भावना जाते। आणि म्हणून निश्चितपणे मला असं वाटतं की अतिशय गंभीर बाब आहे। आपण आणि माननीय अध्यक्ष या दोघांनी याचा कॉग्निझन्स घ्यावा आणि या संदर्भात काय पुढील कारवाई करायची ते आपण करावी।
After the Chief Minister, it was the Deputy Chief Minister and MLA Gaikwad's boss, Eknath Shinde, who condemned his behavior.
वॉमिटिंग हो गया और इसलिए उन्होंने गुस्से में आकर वो मारपीट की है, उसका मैं समर्थन नहीं करूंगा। अगर जिधर गलत होता है उसके ऊपर कानूनी कार्रवाई हो सकती है, लेकिन मारपीट करना ये उचित नहीं है।
While there has been no action against this MLA yet, the administration was quick to dispatch an FDA team to investigate the food complaint. Yet another act of a politician, this time a lawmaker, abusing his power at the expense of a common man. The government has condemned the act, of course, but the question remains on whether it will walk the talk and hold its own accountable. With camera person Mahesh Halwai and with inputs from Radhika Ramaswamy and Abhishek Avasthi, this is Anuj Raide reporting for NDTV from Mumbai.
And now NDTV decodes what action can be taken against such netas who openly defy and think that they can assault an innocent and walk away. My colleague Shiv decodes the sections that are applicable against this neta.
We consulted some lawyers and I want to list out for you what sections of the Bharat Nyaya Samhita, the penal code, can be slapped on this coward MLA of the Shinde Sena. Number 1, BNS 130, section 130, which is for assault, any act causing fear of criminal force. Then there's BNS 114, which is hurting, bodily pain, disease or infirmity, hurt, that is another section. BNS 115, voluntarily hurt, intentionally causing hurt, which has a penalty of up to 1 year imprisonment or a fine of up to 10,000 rupees or both. Then you've got BNS 128, force, physical power or coercion, move or to stop a person or to hinder them. Then BNS 129, section 129, criminal force, that is force without consent to cause harm or fear. Then there is BNS 351, criminal intimidation, which is a familiar section, threat to harm a person, property or reputation, penalty of up to 2 years and imprisonment or a fine or both. All of these are sections that can be slapped on this MLA, and not a single thing has happened, not even a police complaint has taken place against this VIP thug who says that he will do it again if given the chance.
Now shifting our focus to Rajasthan, where a Jaguar trainer aircraft of the Indian Air Force crashed during a routine training mission in Rajasthan's Churu on Wednesday afternoon, resulting in the death of both pilots on board. Now, 3 months earlier, remember, in April, a similar incident occurred when a two-seater Jaguar aircraft belonging to the Indian Air Force crashed shortly after taking off from Jamnagar airfield during a night mission. The Indian Air Force reported that the pilots experienced a technical malfunction mid-flight and ejected in an effort to prevent damage to the airfield and surrounding populated areas. Now, these are the back-to-back incidents that have highlighted the plight of Jaguar aircrafts in the Indian Air Force. My colleague Vishnu Shom also joins me for more details.
It's absolutely critical to find out just what went wrong. It's not the first fatal accident of a Jaguar this year. We've had 2 other incidents of Jaguar crashes, at least one of which was fatal. The Jaguar is equipped with a Martin Baker ejection seat. It's a very reliable system. The fact that none of the pilots were able to get out of the aircraft is something which is very, very sad. And what is unclear at this juncture is whether they did eject and perished post that, or whether they were unable to eject at all. The ejection seat has, a different, as I understand it, a different system of ejection. It's not a command ejection like what you have in some other aircraft. In the Jaguar, I think both pilots need to eject or use the levers to sort of get out of the aircraft, fire the ejection seat themselves, unlike others where it's a more automated process. This being the case, it's certainly something that the Indian Air Force will be looking at. But apart from that, I think the point that you mentioned about the Indian Air Force continuing to fly, and let's face it, ancient aircraft is absolutely correct. Forget about the Jaguar for a moment. What about the MiG-21? That's a 1960s design. It continues to be in service with the Indian Air Force. So these are concerns, and the later you delay the acquisition of new aircraft, which besides anything else are safer aircraft, then it is going to cause more problems for the Indian Air Force.
And now shifting our focus to the Karnataka drama of Chief Minister, which has now come to Delhi. With both Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Deputy CM D.K. Shivakumar and State Congress President also D.K. Shivakumar in Delhi, the political statement continue to make the headlines. This despite a categorical message from the Congress that there is no changes on the table now. Take a look at the reactions coming in.
Yesterday and today I'm here to meet on behalf of Government of Karnataka about our irrigation projects. So I have met the Forest Minister also, Jal Shakti Minister also, and Renewable Energy Minister Mr. Prahlad Joshi also on these issues.
A massive chit fund scam has been uncovered in Bengaluru, where 2 people siphoned off over 40 crore rupees from over 200 investors. This happened when the probe agency cracked down on A&A chit fund company after the couple had gone absconding after the fraud. But now the crackdown has been exposed. Take a look at what the cops had to say, as well as my colleague Deepak Bopanna has more details.
This is a A&A Chit Funds and Finance Limited office located in Ramurthy Police Station. And this is owned by a couple called Tony and Shami Tony, both husband and wife. So they hail from a place called Alpuza, Kerala. And on 5th, some people came to Ramurthy Police Station. They registered, gave a complaint telling that they had invested in a company, so the A&A company, and now the couple are absconding. So we registered a criminal case under BNS 318 and 317 and Chit Funds Act 1982 and the latest act under BUDS, different sections of BUDS Act. So according to our rough estimate, so far it is 40 crore rupees has been cheated. It should be investigated by special agents according to the existing circulars. So we are contemplating of following the procedure.
We have invested 30 lakh and we know them from almost 30 years. My dad and my mom, they knew them almost from 30 years. We have invested over there and they have cheated, whole family is cheated. Even we knew that their brothers also were there when the cheat was happening. Actually, it was happening by batches, like 10th, 12th in a month. It's by day or in a batches. In one batch, there will be like 40 people and around 120 people in a single batch. And we are unable to find them. And we knew that their brothers also coming and they're involving in this. Now, FIR has been filed only for the family, 4 members, not on their brothers, and one more, a sister also is there.
Well, at this point in time, the police are investigating as to what exactly happened. Now, this is a Kerala-based couple who have been living in Bengaluru for several years. They were running this, chit business, which was an approved business. They were doing it for about a couple of decades, is what I'm learning. There were multiple people who were investing. They were getting their returns as well. It's only in the last 1 year there were certain reports that there was difficulty in returning some of the money, and especially in the last 3 months, it started becoming evident to some of the investors. And all of a sudden, this individual and his wife, both of them, vanishing, leaving their house, their office was shut. That's when, they grew suspicious. The investors then approached the police. At this point in time, at least about 300 victims is what we are learning are there in this particular case. The cops are trying to trace where these people are. Originally from Kerala, the cops suspect there's a possibility that they could have left the country as well, because most of the assets that they had, both movable and immovable, everything has been liquidated is what we are learning. So it's quite an interesting case. The fraud, of course, could run into crores. Whether the police will be able to nab, this couple, or will it be yet another case where people have committed a financial crime and have, fled the country? That's a big question that remains now.
The Jharkhand High Court has accepted the criminal appeal filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation to increase the sentence of 3 accused, including former Bihar Chief Minister Lalu Prasad Yadav. And this comes just ahead of elections in Bihar state. Now, this is the CBI's plea, which has sought increasing the sentencing of Lalu Yadav in the case of fraudulent withdrawal of rupees 89 lakh in a Jaguar scam. Now, in a major crackdown on a transnational network of drug suppliers and consumers, Telangana's Eagle, an elite action group announced recently for drug law enforcement, has arrested 6 people, including a prominent restaurant owner and pub owners who are selling drugs and consuming them. The police are now on the lookout for 19 others, including 6 Nigerians. The visual on your screen show how they used to smuggle the drugs inside heels and other footwears. NDTV's Uma Sudhir also spoke to Chenuri Rupesh, who is heading the operation. Take a look.
These are educated people you're talking about. What is a crackdown? I mean, so many people that you have identified who are consuming these very high-value drugs.
Yeah, basically in Hyderabad, some cocaine consumers are there. So we started doing surveillance on them. So what we found is actively they are procuring the drugs from Nigerian nationals, and they have been in this consumption for last few years. Yesterday we have arrested almost 6 people, and some 19 people are absconding, and in that around 6 Nigerian nationals are there. Remaining also some high-end, some techies are there, some doctors are there, some business persons are there. So efforts are being made to arrest them also. Very sophisticatedly, the Nigerians also sending the drugs by parcels, especially the private courier services. They are sending in the form of household goods, garments, or even in some places some sandals kind of thing.
So what is the profile of these people? Because you're talking about pub owners and others who are consuming as well as peddling the drug.
So these are mostly some technical students are there with a technical background, and recent entrepreneurs. They came into this business of F&B, and some are into real estate, some are into some lights business, some techies are there, some doctors are there.
The Crime Investigation Department has arrested Hyderabad Cricket Association President A. Jagan Mohan Rao following a vigilance probe into allegations of ticket irregularities during the IPL 2025 season at Rajiv Gandhi International Cricket Stadium. My colleague Uma Sudhir joins me with more details.
So the arrest of Jagan Mohan Rao, President of Hyderabad Cricket Association, by the Crime Investigation Department in Hyderabad comes after the Vigilance Department, in fact, gave their report on a probe that was ordered by the Telangana government. This probe was ordered after allegations by the Sunrisers Hyderabad IPL franchise, who said that he had indulged in criminal kind of an intimidation, coercion, and also blackmail. And they said that he had demanded additional tickets in addition to the 10% tickets that are complimentary tickets given to the HCA. They also said that he had created operational issues by locking up a corporate box hours before a match on the 27th of March between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Lucknow Super Giants. And there was also allegations of misuse of power and undue pressure. And that's the reason why he has been arrested.
On that note, we are slipping into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching NDTV. Focusing now on the Bihar state where elections are due. Holding a copy of the constitution in hand, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, accompanied by Rashtriya Janata Dal leader Tejashwi Yadav and other allies of the India bloc, led a protest march in Patna today against the ongoing special intensive revision of electoral rolls, alleging that the exercise is aimed at removing marginalized voters from electoral rolls ahead of the election scheduled later this year. He said, and I quote, that SIR is not only an attempt to steal the vote but also the future of Bihar. Meanwhile, the Election Commission has clarified that this revision exercise is not going to steal anybody's vote but only identify duplicate voters and issue more clarity in the voter roll. However, the BJP also slammed the Congress and India bloc, saying that this is just showing that the India bloc is scared of holding elections and facing the Bharatiya Janata Dal. Take a look at the reactions coming in.
जिन जिन कंस्टिट्यूएंसीज में वोटर बढ़े वहां पर बीजेपी जीती। सारे के सारे वोट जो नए वोट आए वो सारे के सारे बीजेपी को गए। आज तक महाराष्ट्र की वोटर लिस्ट हमें नहीं मिली। वीडियोग्राफी का कानून बदल दिया क्योंकि वो सच्चाई छुपाना चाहते हैं। महाराष्ट्र का चुनाव चोरी किया गया था और जैसे महाराष्ट्र का चुनाव चोरी किया गया था वैसे ही बिहार का चुनाव चोरी करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। इलेक्शन कमिश्नर बीजेपी और आरएसएस जैसे बात कर रहे हैं, वो भूल गए हैं कि वो किसी राजनीतिक पार्टी के नहीं है।
तो सच्चाई नहीं है क्या कि बहुत बार चाहे वो रोहिंग्या हो कोई और हो, वो गलत तरीके से वोटर लिस्ट में अपना नाम घुसवा लेते हैं। तो अगर ईमानदारी से काम हो रहा है तो परेशानी क्या है आपको? संकेत यही है कि जो भी गलत तरीके से वोटर बन गया उसके कंधों पर ये अपनी सियासत करना चाहते हैं। दिस होल अप्रोच ऑफ द अपोजिशन पार्टी गिव्स राइज टू सीरियस क्वेश्चंस। You file cases in Supreme Court, MPs file, your supporters file, you get the case mentioned. I understand tomorrow the case is going to be heard and today you are on the streets. Is it some kind of a pressure being sought to be created?
And Now, an Indian nurse, Nimisha Priya, is on a death row in Yemen after she was allegedly framed in and convicted in the murder of her Yemeni husband in 2018, and the top of the judicial system in Sena has confirmed her execution. Take a look at this report.
An alleged act of self-defense, leaving an Indian nurse moments away from the noose. The clock has run out on 37-year-old Nimisha Priya, and her desperate family is pleading for a last-minute reprieve. Priya from Kerala's Palakkad district was convicted of murdering a Yemeni man, her business partner, in 2018. Since her conviction, the Indian government has been negotiating for her release. Born to a family of daily wage laborers, Priya moved to Yemen in 2008, hoping for a better life. In 2014, she opened a clinic with Yemeni national Talal Abdu Mehdi. Following months of physical and sexual abuse, Nimisha allegedly injecting him with sedatives during a fight over her passport. However, the dose proved fatal. Last year, Yemen's Supreme Court then upheld her death sentence. A narrow possibility for clemency remains through the payment of diya or blood money to the victim's family. The Indian government is doing all it can, working with Yemeni officials, offering roughly rupees 8.5 crore. However, talks broke down last year.
After the Supreme Court order from Yemen, the only remaining option to save Nimisha Priya from execution in Yemen is if the family of the deceased, Talal Abdul Mehdi, to accept the blood money under Yemeni law. This is now the sole remedy available.
Set to hang on July 16th, her family, the Ministry of External Affairs and supporters are making a final push, hoping it's not too late. Bureau Report, NDTV.
And now, before bidding you goodbye, this is a story of how India is becoming Atmanirbhar in every sector. And this is when it comes to weaponization and tracking our 3 Desi weapons is the upcoming report by my colleague Rajiv Ranjan, who went to DRDO to take a look at Indian artillery gun system and mounted gun system. Take a look.
This is the 4th of the class, P-17 Alpha class, or the Nilgiri class as it is called. So we have already successfully delivered 2 of them. The Nilgiri class is already commissioned and joined the Indian Navy. The 2nd of the class is the Udaygiri, which has been delivered to the Navy and is being readied for the commissioning, which we should have soon. The 3rd of the ship, Taragiri, is being readied for trials and will soon, I think, by October it should be delivered to the Indian Navy, and the 4th of the class, Mahendragiri, will be delivered by February 2026. And we are sure that this class of ship would be an asset to the Indian Navy and will help in making our country stronger in every way.
Advanced Towed Artillery Gun System attacks designed and developed by ARD DRDO. We started this project in the year 2012, and within a span of 10 years we could complete the project, starting from the design to manufacturing, testing and induction.
And tell me, what is the range of this gun, Sena?
This gun has got the range of 48 kilometers with the base bleed configuration of projectiles.
And how do you compare this gun to other guns?
This gun system is one of the best gun systems in the world. There is no equivalent system in the world as of now which can give 48 kilometers of the range of the projectile.
Are you planning to upgrade?
We are planning to upgrade this gun system by reducing the weight. As of now, we have a target to design and develop a system with a 15-ton class of system.
No, this is a 152 caliber gun, artillery gun on a platform, mobile platform. So it is called mounted gun system, which is there in the recent wars. You might have seen these MGS guns. They have become very popular because of its mobility. So conventional guns are towed guns. Same 152 caliber guns are also towed guns. But this is the first time in the country, totally indigenous development program and VRD, Vehicle Research and Development Establishment, has developed this gun, which will meet the GS2 requirements of the army. The 100% we are meeting the GS2 requirements.
And this is up to the mark and cheaper.
It is cheaper as far as cost is concerned, and the technology is indigenous and much better than the guns available in the world, contemporary guns available already in the world.